Hey friends, Sunwarper here, and today we're going to explore how to get LUSH guitar drones from free and stock DAW plugins. So I recently released a track called Arctic Horizons, and it's all drone guitars using just a couple of plugins. This song is just a bunch of different guitars layered together using a couple of different plugins. And so today I'm going to show you how to make that with some free plugins. One of them is the secret weapon that I use for the song. So let's get into it. Alright, so here's just an empty Logic file. It's a new project. And so right here you can see I have an audio track with the guitar plugged in. So this is it with nothing on it. So yeah. Very digital sounding. So the first thing we're going to do is put an amp. And so any DAW should have some form of a free amp. And luckily with this technique, you're not really going to need an amazing sounding amp. I didn't actually use a stock amp for the song, but you'll see it doesn't really matter. So we'll just use this. I like Tweed amps, so we'll try that. So here it is with the amp now. So yeah, now here's where we're going to add the secret weapon. So Valhalla DSP, their plugin company, they have a free plugin called Supermassive. It's awesome. So for this track, you can make whatever you want. There's tons of different options, but I used a effects one called Planetarium. And so again, this is what it sounds like with nothing besides the amp. And then now we're going to throw on just Valhalla. So yeah, huge difference. Now we've got this lush droning sound. And you can do other sounds too. Let's do some. Very lush sounding. And then the other cool thing is it's got this warp feature. It's got tons of different features on it. Just be curious and explore a little bit with it. Now, the other cool thing with this is you can layer a bunch of different ones, which, like I mentioned, is what I did for the song Arctic Horizons. So what we'll do is we'll just record a scratch take. Here we go. Okay, so there's the scratch take. Alright, so now here's the next step. So we're going to duplicate, because we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We're going to move Valhalla down one. We're going to add some distortion, saturation, Bitcrush, whatever you want to do. I'm going to do Bitcrush. And this is just a stock Logic plugin. Every DAW should have a Bitcrusher. And we're just going to up the downsampling, up the drive. So this thing's going to be, hopefully, pretty nasty. Yeah, it's nasty. So what I want to do here is do some harmonics on this to give some background sound to the main pad. So we'll probably want to take the volume down a little bit. And alright, here we go. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's just solo it and hear that. Okay, so obviously you'll want to add some EQ to it. Look at all this in the low end. You can hear we're getting some really weird, trippy sounds. So let's take that even further. Let's go make another one. Let's lower the Bitcrusher, right? We'll raise the resolution so it's a little less weird sounding. And then I'm going to shut off the EQ because we don't know where we're going yet, so I'd rather have it on nothing. Let's up the gain. Get a bit of amplified distortion, so to speak. Let's see what that sounds like. There we go. Yeah, you can get some really crazy sounds with this if you just mess around and explore a little bit. So is there something we can do on top of these two parts? Maybe, let's try it. So if we're doing D, right? That could work. Kind of a weird bassy sound. Let's give it a go. Alright, so I realized that was soloed. So let's add this back in and we'll see how it sounds. And one thing you can do is up it to 100 if you want to lose some of that original transient. Go. 3 tracks and you got this lush sound, and you can just keep building on top of it, adding stuff. I wouldn't go too crazy with the distortion on multiple tracks. It'll get messy. As you can see, this one's kind of getting messy, but this is just a quick scratch example. So there you have it. That's one of my favorite ways to quickly make some lush sounding guitar chords with just a couple of plugins. It's not an exclusive method to guitar. You can throw it on synthesizers, piano, anything. I especially like it on piano, and one of my favorite things to do is dial back the wetness to maybe 20, 30%, and then you have this really nice background pad that sits under the piano. It just brings out exploration. Like, it's a cool little trick to just throw on everything, see what works, dial back the wetness, and maybe it can fit. But anyways, that's all I got for today. If you like these kinds of videos, consider leaving a like, commenting, maybe subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.